A little weird to see Tony Parker in a Charlotte Hornets jersey.
Yeah, a little different. So I got a chance to talk to him a little bit last night. He shared with me some of the new stuff that's going on. We shared with each other some of the new stuff that's going on. We've been checking in with each other here and there. All the guys, even Manu's been texted. Timmy's texted. Pop has reached out to me. I'm sure they reached out to Kawhi as well. But he's enjoying it. He's something new, something fresh for him. Enjoying a new city, same as me, and he's having a lot of fun with it. It's all right.
The thing was, like, you and Kawhi got traded.
Tell him to say hello.
Yeah, no, I can't remember who it was. You and Kawhi got traded. Jimmy and Manu retired.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who left of his own volition to join another team. What do you think that says much?
I'd say he probably wanted to change, or he saw that things were changing, and kind of wanted to be somewhere else during that time. I don't know. You'd have to ask him, but for the most part, I think he just knew that there was change that was happening, and he kind of wanted to be try something new toward the end of his career, I guess. But at the end of the day, I think he'll probably be a Spur when it's all said and done.
You talked about everybody's getting in touch and kind of thing where you keep this communication open. Is that unique to the Spurs, or I know you don't know other than talking to other people, but it seems like it's been that kind of group.
I think it's unique. Well, I think that's what most. Give him my best, man. I think that's what most people, most organizations that have had guys, or teams that had guys over 5 years. If you're in an organization for more than 4 years, you become family. And me and Kawhi were there for 7, 8 years. Almost 8 years. So we created a bond, instead of a relationship, family, with those people. So. Regardless of what organization it is, I think obviously San Antonio may be unique, but I think any organization that you're with for longer than 4 or 5 years, those people are going to check in on you.
How surreal was that season last year? I mean, the whole world was accustomed to nothing interesting ever happening in San Antonio, and maybe that's not true because we weren't behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But last year it seemed to spill out a little bit, and
for sure. In past years, nothing usually ever got out, but it was very different for the organization, very different for me, even though I had only been there like half the time as Tony. But it was, going through it was, weird, it was strange. But, guys actually, came to work, positive attitudes, fought every day, and made the best of it, what happened, and did a great job of trying to ignore it. But there was more than just that. Basketball is basketball, and that's not, important. But there's so many other people during that year, passed away. And the most important one to our organization, with Pop's wife. So, so many other things going on off the court. But, things like that, when they happen, make you realize, basketball is just a game.
what was it as kind of serene behind the scenes all those other years as it seemed from a great distance, or was there always stuff going on?
No. I think what you guys have heard or what you've seen or what was put out there is mostly what was going on, which was nothing. So, we're a pretty easy team, simple organization, just kept things basic to the point. Guys were disciplined, everybody followed Pop's lead. And then obviously, Timmy, Tony, and Manu, those guys lead, and just, came to work every day, and worked hard and did what they're supposed to do.
Charlotte's shooting the ball extremely well, hitting a lot of threes.
They are.
Kemba as well. He's lighting it up.
He is.
How do you slow, what's the key to stopping the three, and how do you slow him down?
You try to limit as much as you can. Try to limit his touches. Obviously, he's going to bring the ball up a lot, so he's going to be a point guard. But, try to send different looks at him, different ways to guard him, off the pick and roll, one-on-one, different guys switching on him, give him some different length, and hopefully we slow him down. Also, hopefully we don't get in foul trouble. Last game, that was quite a bit of a difference in our defense. We were giving up free throws and getting fouls. We're not able to play physical. It's kind of our game. So hopefully we, play good defense without fouling early on, so that down the stretch we can, still get up into guys and be physical. But I said, try to contest as many shots as possible, and hopefully he's due for an off night.
Have you noticed the new freedom of movement officiating? They're trying to take that clutching and grabbing out of the game.
We have noticed it. I have noticed it off the ball. I think most of my fouls were off the ball last game, and obviously I didn't shoot well, which I hate. Nobody wants to shoot poorly, but for me, that bothered me the most is my way of impacting game when I'm shooting poorly is playing defense, and I couldn't really play the way I wanted to because I had 4 fouls most of the game and 5 fouls. We had a lot of guys with 5 fouls, so it was tough, playing in a situation like that where you're playing with 5 fouls most of the game and you're guarding a guy like Bradley Beal who's probably hit his last 6 shots, and you don't want to foul out. So, but
Is it hard to get used to that sort of restricting movement?
a little
away
bit
from the ball?
because
Yeah.
it's predicated toward the offense has an advantage, and a lot of times they don't see the first initial hit, and a lot of times your reaction as you're falling is to grab somebody, or if they grab you, they only see the defense sometimes. But we got to use it to our advantage offensively, and defensively, just practice playing defense without using our hands.
Every year there's a point of emphasis or multiple points of emphasis, and some people say by December it goes away. How much of it is players getting used to the new emphasis, and how much of it is like the referees sort of lightening up along the way in general? I know it's a general question.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
They're going to emphasize it. It may dwindle a little bit during
Yeah.
the year, but I think it's something that they're going to look for, especially if guys are used to getting those calls in the beginning of the year and they're not getting them later on in the year. There'll be some complaints about it. So, we have to adapt and adjust as players defensively. Obviously, people want to see high-scoring games and people score a lot of points. But, teams, in order to win games, you have to play defense, and you got to find a way to do it without, fouling.
Kyle, you only got to see him a couple times a year.
Yeah.
Is there something that you've noticed that maybe you didn't notice playing against him, like how good, because he's been playing?
He's playing amazing right now. He's a bull, and guys can compete, and he's showing some big things right now. He's probably my favorite player to play with. Well, obviously everybody I like playing with, but last game he was big for us. It was amazing. Just showed his grit, grind, and his, I guess, will to take over games, and step up and make big shots for us time and time again, especially the last 2 games, especially. So, but hopefully he continues it. But we all know that human nature is hard to keep that up for 82 games. That's why we have other guys like Kawhi, like Fred or CJ or whoever comes in the game is prepared, to take those big shots. So we got to give that guy some type of help sometimes, and hopefully he doesn't have to do it all again tonight. But we said we have Kawhi back. Hopefully other guys shoot a little bit better. We had a rough shooting night, but it was a gutsy win for us. To shoot as poorly as we did, foul as much as we did, and still come out with a win was a big one, and it was all behind Kyle.
Does having a Tony on the other side, or even James, the head coach, who's a longtime assistant, does it make it a little more fun than your average Monday?
For sure. I mean, it's always great to see them. It's always great to see those guys and catch up. It makes it a little more fun to compete against the guys pretty well, and also see where they're thinking, where their head's at, what their theories may be, and try to give my team a heads up of their habits and try to stop those things. But other than that, I'm trying to win.
With all those Spurs coaches out there, do you feel like you have an advantage?
There's a lot of them.
Is there a lot that you recognize playing?
For sure. The whole Brooklyn organization is damn near Spurs. That's why I played so well against them in the preseason. No, I just got lucky. But no, you see a lot of those guys, man. They all throughout the league. They have a lot of the same habits, same tendencies, same type of offense, same type of system. So it's easier to adapt and adjust to and to read some of the plays. But they put a little wrinkles here and there in some of the things they do, and they're still great at it. Even though it's coming, it's still hard to stop because guys are good in this league. They're really good players, and they make it to where their best players are in the right positions to be successful or to score. And even though you see it's coming, we ran the plays for the 7 years that I was there. We ran the same 3 plays at the end of the stretch of games, and people knew it were coming. They still couldn't stop it. So, but that's the fun part of the game.
Some high-profile coaches, their assistants don't go on to be successful head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Pops have. Mm-hmm. What do you think that might be?
Pop knows what he's doing, and I think if they follow what he's doing, they kind of know what they're doing. Best guess. Just getting their players to buy in is the biggest thing, I think. Pop lets everybody know that the game is bigger than you. You're not bigger than the game. And recruiting good people first. I think that's where a lot of guys take from that. Be able to find coachable guys and let them know, to be selfless and to play the game, as a group. And, from there, that's when it makes the game a lot easier, and it makes them a lot easier to coach it.
Danny, going back to Kyle for a second, he has the reputation of having a high basketball IQ, and you can see that when you play against him, but you learn more about him when you're in the same room with him
my
and on the
pal.
court. His basketball IQ.
For sure.
Yeah.
Just by going through walkthroughs a lot of times, and what he sees offensively on clips or defensively on clips, and adjustments he makes, he knows the game very well. And he said he makes the game a lot easier for us, and me especially. And he still puts a lot of confidence in us. He's not the type of guy to talk down his teammates. Obviously, he's going to help those little younger guys get through some things or learn from it. Still help me learn from some things too. But he's going to encourage you. It's a good shot. Keep taking those ones we need. Defensively, he's here. We're talking. He's good at communicating. He's good at leading. Not just by voice, but by example.